Alright, so, I guess I'm gonna finally do this. I've been meaning to do some sort of video thing since the beginning of this nice new TheriKiNexus channel. I have no idea how much anyone wants to listen to me ramble about my therianthropy, and yes, I realize I pronounce the term differently than most, but it means a lot to me to contribute to this. I'd also like to say in advance that I apologize greatly for my stuffy nose. My allergies have just been bugging me all day, so I guess I picked the worst time to man it up and do this. So, first, just a touch of background info on myself. My name is Natalie, I go by Blood Muffins online, and I'm 15 years old. And with that said and done, on to therianthropy. I am a Therian, a dingo Therian to be exact. I got where I am today by doing tons of research, looking within myself, paying attention to my sifts, and just keeping my eyes open. You know, when I first heard the term therianthropy, and after I got over the initial shock and happiness of seeing there are others like me, I latched on to a wolf. Yeah, great surprise there, I know, right? I think this is something that many that are new to the community do. They find something that somewhat or mostly fits, and they just latch onto it. No more searching, no more logical thinking. I think it's important to listen to anything telling you that you might be wrong. If I hadn't, I'd still be calling myself a wolf. But no, I knew I was more domesticated than that. That said, I realized dingoes are wild dogs. However, they can be domesticated by people, and often were in very old times. Like by the Aboriginal people that were used as hunting dogs and such. But anyway, I feel like I walk a thin line between domestic and wild, and it works for me. Now that I've rambled a bit about that, on to shifting. I do experience a few types of shifts, primarily mental and phantom. I mental shift quite frequently, sometimes to a more extreme level than others. It usually happens daily, and I encourage it. Not to sound stupid or anything, but I think shifting is fun, at least if it's done in a good, safe environment. Now, these mental shifts are pretty much always accompanied by phantom shifts. I constantly have dingo ears on top of my head, and I usually can feel my tail as well. Other common sensations include paws, fur, and an odd sort of four-legged feeling where it feels awkward to walk on two legs. Similarly, during combinations of mental and phantom shifts, I will often opt not to talk, but to instead communicate with gestures, body language, growls, whimpers, howls, and barks, and that sort of thing. I also get sensory shifts, in which my senses feel heightened and I feel more alert. Obviously, I know my senses aren't actually heightened, but I suppose I tune into them more, so they seem more noticeable to me. I feel the origin of therianthropy is whatever you make it to be. If you feel it's spiritual, then that's what it is for you. If you feel it's psychological, then that's what it is for you. Same for if you think it's an odd mix of the two. For my personal therianthropy, I feel it's a sort of mix, though I guess mostly spiritual. Ever since I was very young, as far back as I can remember, really, I've had this mental image of my soul or essence, or whatever you want to call it. It was a sort of patchwork, or many shards of two different things crudely rammed together. Those two things would be dingo and human. I also feel that the dingo very greatly outweighs the human. I feel like if my soul were to leave this body, it would take on its natural form, the form of a dingo. I feel strongly that I'm in the wrong body. I have species dysphoria. It would really help if I could talk. Yeah, it affects me regularly and frequently. The emptiest and saddest thought I have, really, is knowing that I will be human forever. It truly causes sadness. I occasionally have bad dysphoria attacks, I guess you could say, where I'll break down sobbing and clawing at my skin. In that off state of mind, I feel like maybe if I claw the skin away, I'll find my fur underneath. Or else I'll try moving just my paw that I know is under the skin, hoping it will break free of this shell. Of course, my human hand and arm always move as well. Well, I more or less feel like I covered most of what I wanted to say. I feel like I did it really fast, though. Really, and I feel like I'm making it seem like such a fast, simple thing when it isn't. It's so complex. It affects my daily life. I mean, I'm not very open about it, but I feel most people understand the fact that I have a strong affinity to dogs, at least. Lots of people just call me a dog anyway. I don't mind, it's all in fun. But, I don't know. It's like, it makes up who I am. It's not just something that's there, not something that's, just... I don't go around saying, oh, I'm a Therian so I can feel special or something. It's just a part of me. A nice part of me that I enjoy. It affects me in all sorts of ways. My behavior, my tendencies, my quirks, possibly some of my preferences. I mean, really, I feel like if I tried and wanted to, I could probably link everything I do to it. But of course, that's silly. Humans and animals are more alike than people will let on. So of course, most, or maybe not most, who knows? At least a portion of my thought processes and such are sure to be human. But I really do like to think a lot of them are non-human too. Dingo, if you will. But, well, I really wish I could think of more to add, but I just can't. I hope you've checked out the other videos on the channel. I've watched them all. I think they're great. I hope you've at least somewhat enjoyed listening to this, and, like I basically just said, I really hope you support this YouTube channel as well. I think it's a brilliant idea, and I really think we can go far with it. I think it'll be a great way of teaching others and helping others to learn more about themselves, and hopefully to help non-Therians come to learn about us and to accept us. I mean, we're still people. I don't get why people have to be so close-minded all the time, but that is honestly a rant for another time. I could go on and on about that, but trust me, you don't want to listen to that. I can be fairly long-winded when I get really into an issue, as I'm sure you'll see when we come up with other topics for this channel. But yeah, so I hope you stay tuned in. I hope you at least somewhat enjoyed this video as well as the others, especially the others, really. There are some really talented, interesting people on here that I think everyone could learn a lot from, Therian or not. So, with that said and done, I will leave you. Thanks again for watching, and I hope there will be many more videos to come.